Arsenal have eased past Preston North End, as I predicted, by the way. You remember me calling 3-0 in the match preview? Exactly, that has been the score that has seen Arsenal proceed to the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup this time round, and they're like so in for it. And that's why I told you that Arsenal is going to compete in every tournament. Why? They've gone ahead to obviously have a very beautiful squad that you'll obviously want to look at if you are really a good fan of football and you really believe in building the squad. So smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And we are powered by Mono Gadgets, dealers in brand new phones and brand new laptops. And even if you want a used phone and a used laptop, they'll obviously be to your service. Call them on +256 70 99 88 665. They do deliveries. If at all you are abroad and you have your person in here, your sibling, your comrade, and so on and so forth, they'll obviously come up and obviously put in a required shift all together. You can send them your money and they can obviously deliver that phone. You know, if you're so much into surprises, they can obviously surprise your loved one, your friend, your former teacher, and every person that they feel like you want to obviously surprise. So Arsenal has gone ahead to obviously beat the side of Preston North End by 3-0, and it was Gabriel Jesus in the 24th minute, Nwaneri in the 33rd minute. Remember, in the previous game, he scored a brace of the Carabao Cup. Havertz also got his second goal into the Carabao Cup. And what is important about this? Jesus needed to obviously score a goal. You know, any forward will need a moment like this to obviously spark his season off. Jesus has been struggling, by the way, and when you look at his goals that he has gone ahead to score for Arsenal, I think he last scored for Arsenal last season. This season, I haven't gone ahead to see him score for Arsenal in the Champions League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup. This has been his first goal for the club of Arsenal. And when I was really doing the match preview and even the match day live, I was like, Gabriel Jesus needs this game to obviously act as a springboard such that it really gets his confidence back. But him playing 90 minutes for the very first time ever since he got injured, I think the second time he's playing 90 minutes, I think he has all what it takes to obviously put in a shift for the club of Arsenal. And him and the manager are really going to be excited for him to obviously be on target. I think even Arsenal fans really want to see him score goals because they feel like if Kai Havertz cannot score, then we've gone ahead to obviously get another guy that can obviously get us goals. And goals are all about confidence. If you're not really confident, you are not going to come up and obviously score that ball. However easy it is, by the time the ball comes into your vicinity, you'll have like a million thoughts into your head on what to do with that ball that would have gone ahead to be passed to you. So for Gabriel Jesus, I understand his situation, him coming in through and obviously scoring those goals. That goal was really very important for him. And it's really good that he has gone ahead to obviously find himself in a position of really putting in that shift. And that is really something great for the club of Arsenal. And there is a story I'm going to be running tomorrow about the president of Palmeiras, where this guy came in through, that's Gabriel Jesus, who came in through and obviously was like, oh my God, can we really get Gabriel Jesus back? And they were like, please, this guy is not for sale. That's what we are told. That's what Edu told her, that the guy is not for sale. You get? And he just needs that confidence. And if at all he gains that confidence back, he'll find himself in a position to obviously see that everything really moves on as planned. So that is Gabriel Jesus for you. He went ahead to obviously score, and Arsenal had donned into that black jersey, and he really went ahead to celebrate with his friends. Now, I think Nwaneri, another goal scored, and he has 3 into the Carabao Cup. That is Nwaneri. Nwaneri is a very good player. If you look at the goal that he scores today, it sends a message to you that he's really a generational talent, that Arteta should trust giving more minutes into that club of Arsenal. You saw him in the game of Liverpool. He comes on and really tries to make things happen for the club of Arsenal. That's the most positive thing about him. When he comes off the bench, he makes things happen. And I would love to see him start, in a game, because the level or the size of the game or the magnitude of the game doesn't matter to him. Whether it's a Carabao Cup, whether it's Liverpool, whether it's Man City, he really has the same play. And for these youngsters, what has always gone ahead to obviously make them stand out, if at all he's really going to be a world-class player, because he has all traits of becoming world-class, what goes ahead to obviously make them turn into that level is consistency. And for Nwaneri, he has been consistent every time he has gone ahead to be given minutes. He hasn't gone ahead to disappoint. He has come up on the pitch and put in a required shift altogether as a player for the club of Arsenal. And that's what makes him a different kind of player. And he keeps running on the pitch, and obviously see to it that he really presses. And when he gets the ball, the magic that he really has. And the way he bent that ball into the back of the net, it is really keeping everyone speechless, and they're still in total astonishment on how accurate he was and how he is really very talented. No one doubts the talent of Nwaneri, and he's really doing great. Now, the other player that went ahead to score is Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz never failed to score in the game of Liverpool, and I think was going to go, 7 or 6 games consecutively of Arsenal scoring goals, but this time around he never really went ahead to score. Today he came off the bench, and guess what happened? He really got himself on target, and that's what you want. He's now having 1 goal in the Champions League. He's having 2 goals in the EFL Cup, and I think he's having 4 in what we call the Premier League, and he's having 7 goals so far this season. And how many games are they going to have to play? 3 in the Champions League, 9 in the Premier League to take it to 12. You add on the 2 they've played in the Carabao Cup. Obviously, those are 14 games, and he's averaging a goal per 2 games. Do you understand what that means? If at all you know what it means for someone to average a goal per 2 games. So that is Kai Havertz for you. 14 games, 7 goals. Let me even get it exactly in here. Kai Havertz is really up and running, and I tell you what, he's really doing a very wonderful job for the club of Arsenal, and he's really putting in the required shift altogether to see to it that everything really goes into his way. In the FL Cup, 2 games, 2 goals. Premier League, 2 goals, 9 games, 4 goals. Champions League, 3 games, and he has 1 goal. So he has so far played 14 games, and he has 7 goals. And I think I told people that in the Premier League he's going to score 20 goals, and they were like, Rokani, we're lying. He's really going to score them because he's not an injury-prone player. He's going to be readily available every time he's needed. And he'll have to pray for the return of Martin Odegaard. You understand? Because the return of Martin Odegaard has gone ahead, obviously, see him score very many goals. And we all know to it that in the first half of the season, few players can really score very many goals. But in the second half of the season, you will see a player, obviously, exploding to really get you like 11 goals like he did last season. Most of the goals he scored in the Premier League, he scored them into the second half of the league when they went to Dubai, returned in January, and the rest was history. That's when Arsenal went ahead, obviously changed in a lot of things. So that is Arsenal for you, and that is Kai Havertz for you. And everyone who is really claiming in for centre forward, I think Kai Havertz really getting you those typical goals as we obviously come up and obviously see everything come to pass. So that is Kai Havertz for you, and let's go into how the stats of the game were to the fullest, and then I'm really going to drop you the teams that I've gonna hate to go through to obviously face themselves in the round or the quarterfinals. Now, Preston had 7 shots, Arsenal had 18. 2 shots on target by Preston, Arsenal had 10 shots on target. 25% ball possession by Preston, Arsenal had 75%. 243 passes completed by Preston, Arsenal had 715 passes. 76% passing accuracy by Preston, Arsenal had 92% passing accuracy. 11 fouls by Preston North End, Arsenal had 4 yellow cards to Preston North End, 0 yellow cards to Arsenal. No red cards issued to either sides, 2 offsides to either sides, 1 corner for Preston North End, and 6 corners to the side of Arsenal. And that's how Arsenal looked. And the manager really made some good changes, and he took off the following players. He took off Martinelli, he took off Nwaneri, he took off Julian Timber, he took off Zinchenko, and he took off Mikel Merino. And he brought in Thomas Partey, Bukayo Saka, Kai Havertz, Lewis Kelly, and Haven. You understand? That's how he managed the game, and I think he has gonna hit to rest his players enough to prepare for the game of Newcastle. And for Newcastle, they've gonna hit to knock out Chelsea. Looks like Chelsea, we are looking at the game of Manchester United at Old Trafford, and they're like, let's bench some of our players, because when you look at Chelsea and how they went ahead to look today, I was like, their lineup really was really shocking. Let me show you a little bit of the team that Newcastle flaunted that went ahead obviously beat Chelsea, and Newcastle is going to really be coming in through into a very huge gear. Now, for Chelsea, they went ahead to obviously bench Madueke, Colville, they benched Paul Kalma. I think those are the players they really went ahead to bench, right? And Lavia was nowhere to be seen in this game of football. And obviously Moise Caicedo was not named in the squad, and very many others. So it looks like they had rested these players, preparing to obviously come and really play at Old Trafford. Enzo Maresca has been knocked out of this tournament, and he had Johnson in goal, Disasi right back, Cucurella, Tosin, Badiashile, that was the back five, Enzo Fernandez, Veiga, double pivot, Jules Brihal, right attacking midfielder, Modric played as a left attacking midfielder, Yao Felix, central attacking midfielder, and Nkunku came in through, meaning that they're really looking hard at the game of Manchester United over the weekend. And for Newcastle, they were like, for us, however much you're playing Arsenal, we are obviously going full strength. You know, they had Nick Pope, Kraft, Fabian Shea, El Kelly Hall, that is the top four, the back four, Tinali, Joe Wellington, and Longstaff, midfield three, Jordan, Anthony Gordon, Ishak, and obviously Joe Willock were really leading that front line. So they went ahead, obviously beat Chelsea by 2-0, and Chelsea has been knocked out of this tournament. Now, the other teams that are really out, Brighton has been knocked out by Liverpool 3-2. Manchester United, new manager bounce, have knocked out Leicester City by 5-2. Then Crystal Palace have knocked out Aston Villa by 2-1. Oh my God. Brentford yesterday went through. Southampton are also through. Now we are having Southampton through, Brentford through, Liverpool through, Arsenal through, Manchester United through, Newcastle through, Aston Villa through. Tottenham Hotspur and Man City are still 2-1, right? They are still 2-1, and Tottenham is trying to knock out City, and I think there are some minutes, 83 minutes to go. 6-7 minutes to go to this game of football. Timo Werner and Pa Metasa went ahead to obviously score that beautiful goal those two beautiful goals to give Tottenham Hotspur the lead, and Matthias Nunes came up and obviously scored in the 45th plus 4th minute in the first half. So that's how everything is really panning out, and that's the match reaction. And I'm going to be returning with the player ratings to let you know what Arsenal has been like, and the draws I know are going to be held tonight, and we are going to be knowing who is going to be facing who into the Carabao Cup this time round. So that's what I had for you guys, and I'm calling in for your reactions into the comment section below about the results that you've gone ahead to get today, and all other teams that are going ahead to be knocked out. I think I'll record a video of other teams that are going to be knocked and shocked, because I see another shocker in here for you. Tottenham Hotspur are really trying to obviously get a third one in here for you. Richarlison has missed out on a keeper to beat, and this is why everyone doesn't trust him in front of goal. But Josko Vadio has gone ahead to make a very bad, terrible mistake to release this player. And obviously, why don't you compose yourself? Richarlison, I think he's not really Brazilian as he really claims. So that's what I had for you. I'm out. Bye-bye.